All right, we're still on the cleaning of the reels. This one right here is older model than my other 6000s is. This is the one I got from the bass shack to use as a fourth rod, but still disassembly is basically the same. Nothing majorly different, but gonna take it apart just like I did before on the other ones and clean it up. So it's nice and smooth. This is a good reel. I mean, I was really lucky to get this reel. I've named it Squirrel. This one's name is Squirrel. I use it on my dad, like I said, my daddy's old rod that matches my 3. And I call it Squirrel because I kind of squirrel hunt with it. I go, especially if I'm on the lake by myself, I'll go around and I won't like move it way far away, but I'll throw it in different spots trying to find something. I guess that's why I call it squirrel hunting, but that's what my daddy called it anyway, so I just went with what he said. He said it was squirrel hunter, so I named it Squirrel. But it worked a little bit. Caught a couple 20s on it so far. Squirrel hunting like that, it definitely works. As you see, I've got an old towel here that I like to use. This one has, like I said, it's a little older, but it has a totally different clicker setup, brake setup, whatever you want to call it. It's totally different from what those are. Those are just like the bimetal that clicks on the sprog gear here. But yeah, so that's the first thing. We're gonna take that one, take the side off. Don't need them anymore for right now. And then you can pull your gear off there, pull your spool out. You have a little bearing that's in there, little brass bearing. It's inside the spool here. I don't never take this side off. I can basically see it. It's got the same type of bearing over there. There's a clip in there that you can take off, but you know what? I see that as a risk. I'm in a house. I'm not in a clean environment. These white plastic pieces are for balance of the spool. They're kind of important because if you lose one trying to throw these reels, it can suck because it'll throw them all out of balance. But there is a specific way I like to put them back on. Don't know if you can see that, focus that in, but I always put that split end down. I've always done it that way. And the reason is, that's the way it came off when very first time I ever tore these reels apart. I looked and seen how it was, and that's how I put it back. That's how I've always put it back. So that's ready. So we'll put that right there. All right, next thing you want to do, you have your worm gear and your pawl is inside there, inside your line guide. This is an old screwdriver I got. My daddy's buddy, Tex Parker, gave it to me a long time ago. He was the first person I ever seen to take reels apart and blow them apart and clean them up, and they'd be like brand new. That pawl right there, it's practically brand new as well. I got it when I bought the reel from Bass Shack in Shelby, and it's still practically brand new. I don't see no type of wear on it. Usually you'll see the wear from where it's riding on that worm gear, on the worm shaft, but I see no kind of wear on it. So I'll clean that back up and reuse it. I know they say to replace them every season, but I just, some things you gotta know the feel of it, I guess. But all that comes apart. That's your line guide. You see how nasty that thing is. I mean, it's just nasty. And I keep reel covers on these things. But the Squirrel has the Crown Rule bag on it, but it still has a cover on it. And it still gets that nasty. It's just fishing, you know. But your worm slides inside there, has a little plastic bearing on the end of it, has a little plastic bearing on the inside there. I don't ever take that back out either. I leave it put. I just clean it. It's plastic, it's nylon. It's not going to have a whole lot of wear on it. I've never replaced one. I did on my daddy's C4s when I rebuilt his. They have bearings actually in those. They're nice. But I did replace those bearings because they were from my daddy catching all those whales that he always does. They were kind of worn out, so I went ahead and replaced them. Which he's still using those reels right now, which I need to clean them up now. I'll probably do that here soon. But these were definitely in need of it, need of a good cleaning. Now you got 3 screws that I just took out of that side. It's gonna come apart. That's your cage. Nothing there ain't no more. It's bare. It's a bare cage. And I don't know if you can see that. I'm hoping you can. I'll look on when I kind of edit stuff, I guess. But just filthy. Just nasty. Just nasty. Just ugh. Yep. Just nasty. There's your shaft. Goes in there. Has a little clip that kind of clips into this side here. That clips into that cap. And that's what sets your spool tension on these. It just comes out like that. You've got 2 screws on the side here. Holds that plate in there. Holds that side plate. Take those 2 screws out. I think I just skipped the process. I did. I meant to tell you, you gotta do something else before you take the side plate off. I'll show you in just one second. Yeah, but this older model here is definitely different from my other 6000s. This one's definitely got more moving parts in it, I guess you could say. But yeah. Yeah, that's not gonna work for that one. Nope. I'm gonna have to get the old Ambassador one. The old Ambassador key. Take that off. Ain't gotta be extremely tight. Just a little snug. You gotta line it up anyway. This one has a E-clip on it. Just pop that off. These little suckers go flying if you're not careful. You'll never find them again. See, my newer 6000s has a set screw in the end of that. You just gotta take the set screw off. Now this one, you have to take that E-clip or C-clip, whatever you want to call it. You gotta take that off. Then you got your, it's like a bimetal band. It goes over on top of your star drag. That kind of keeps your handle from being all wobbly and stuff. It goes on there just like that. And you take your star drag and screw it off. Set that to the side. It ain't that bad. Knock that cap out of the way. I don't know if you can see that or not, but I'm gonna show it to you anyway. There's clips inside this cap that this shaft will set in, and it will, see, snap. that's what controls the spool tension. So that's how fast you want your spool to spin. So them caps are important. I've seen people break those, man, and they're in a world of trouble. But yeah, that cap's nasty. It's nasty as junk, man. Just nasty. Yeah, this one, like I said, this I hate to keep saying that, but it sounds like a broken record over here. But it's definitely a different animal than what my other 6000s are. I mean, this one is, it's simpler, but yet scarier at the same time, because you got these springs. It's just dying to go twing. But yeah, all this shaft right here, that's your main drag shaft, if you want to say. You got that spacer. You got 2 little washers in there. Then you can push that through, maybe. It ain't gonna make me a liar. Might need to take that top washer off of there. Just like so. My little thing come off the bottom of that. Little spacer. It goes on the bottom of there. These drag washers might be worn slap out on this thing. Yeah, I think they are. Like they're gone. Like nothing. Yeah, it's nice. Definitely clean that up a whole lot. Dirty. That's all I got to say for that. It's just dirty. Dirty old thing, man. Yep, and there you go. One blown apart reel. I'll clean that up. And it's amazing the amount of junk and crap that just gets in these reels. I mean, it's just amazing. But that's kind of explaining just how to blow it up, blow it apart, and then you clean it up and put it back together. But we'll get to that one that I just put in the water, and I'll go through I just use a toothbrush, go through it, and wash it off real good, and on to the next. And I'll catch you in a little bit.